There is an occurrence that only happens once a month when the moon is full, and now is your time to take advantage of it. You see, in the vast, mysterious landscape of the human brain, a little-known structure lies quietly amidst the complex web of neurons. This is the claustrum, a part of our brain that holds the key to one of humanity's greatest mysteries, consciousness. Imagine a world where the secrets of our awareness, our ability to experience and perceive life, are hidden in this tiny, unassuming part of our brain. The claustrum is a thin, sheet-like structure located deep within the brain, nestled between the insular cortex and the putamen. Despite its small size, it boasts an intricate web of connections that link it to various regions of the cerebral cortex. Research into the claustrum has been a subject of fascination for neuroscientists and researchers, and its role in the brain's intricate neural circuitry has been a source of curiosity for decades. The exact function of the claustrum remains enigmatic, but its connectivity patterns and the role it plays in information processing have intrigued scientists like Dr. Francis Crick. Dr. Crick, who is best known for his co-discovery of the structure of DNA, brought his formidable intellect and scientific curiosity to bear on the claustrum. In the early 1990s, he proposed the theory that the claustrum might play a central role in consciousness. This hypothesis was revolutionary, as it suggested that a tiny, seemingly inconspicuous region of the brain could hold the key to our awareness of the world and our sense of self. Crick's theory rested on the claustrum's extensive connections with the cortex, particularly the prefrontal cortex, which is associated with higher-order thinking, decision-making, and self-awareness. He suggested that the claustrum could serve as a conductor, coordinating the activity of different brain regions to create a unified and coherent conscious experience. In this model, the claustrum would act as a binding agent, merging sensory information, thoughts, emotions, and perceptions into a cohesive whole. Another fascinating aspect of claustrum research involves its potential link to the phenomenon of binding in perception. The binding problem, as it's known in neuroscience, refers to the question of how the brain integrates information from different sensory modalities, like sight, sound, and touch, into a unified, coherent experience. The claustrum's extensive connectivity with various cortical areas positions it uniquely to possibly play a role in this integrative process. Although Crick's theory was met with both excitement and skepticism, it spurred a new wave of research into the claustrum's function. Scientists began conducting experiments to uncover more about its role in the brain's intricate neural network. Neuroimaging studies using techniques like functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, and diffusion tensor imaging, DTI, have provided insights into the claustrum's connectivity patterns and its potential involvement in various cognitive processes. One intriguing finding is that the claustrum appears to be highly interconnected with different sensory and motor areas of the brain. This suggests that it may play a role in integrating sensory information from different modalities such as vision, hearing, and touch. The claustrum's role in sensory integration could contribute to the formation of our conscious perception of the world around us. Furthermore, studies involving the manipulation of the claustrum in animal models have yielded intriguing results. When researchers temporarily inhibited or stimulated the claustrum in mice, they observed profound effects on the animal's consciousness-like states, altering their responsiveness to sensory stimuli and their behavior. The claustrum is actually linked with the phases of the moon, however. Before we explore this concept further, we need to understand that the claustrum's mysterious nature and its potential connection to consciousness had also piqued the interest of philosophers and spiritual thinkers many decades ago. Some have drawn parallels between the claustrum and the concept of a seat of the soul in various religious and philosophical traditions. The idea that this tiny structure could be the epicenter of human consciousness raises profound questions about the nature of self, awareness, and spirituality. One such tradition is found in ancient Egyptian philosophy and religion. In ancient Egypt, the heart was considered the seat of the soul, and it played a central role in their understanding of the afterlife. The heart, or ib, was believed to be the source of one's emotions, morality, and consciousness. During the process of mummification, the heart was carefully preserved because it was essential for the individual's journey through the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians believed that the heart would be weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice, in the hall of judgment. If the heart was found to be pure and balanced, the soul would be allowed to continue on to the eternal paradise. Otherwise, it would face a different fate. In the context of ancient Egyptian beliefs, the heart was not just a physical organ, but held profound spiritual significance as the locus of one's true self and consciousness. This concept resonates with the idea of a seat of the soul and underscores the importance of a specific location within the body as the center of one's identity and moral character. Drawing inspiration from the ancient Egyptian philosophy, other cultures and traditions around the world have also explored the concept of a central seat of consciousness within the human body. For instance, in Hindu philosophy, the concept of the chakras, or energy centers, is central to understanding human consciousness and spirituality. The Ajna chakra, also known as the third eye, located between the eyebrows, is particularly significant. It is often associated with intuition, insight, and a connection to the divine. This parallels the concept of the claustrum in modern neuroscience, as both are seen as crucial in the understanding and development of human consciousness. Another example comes from the teachings of Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher. Plato's dialogues, particularly Phaedrus and Phaedo, explore the concept of the soul and its connection to the body. In these dialogues, Plato posits that the soul exists independently of the body and is immortal. He presents the soul as the eternal, unchanging essence of a person, while the body is temporary and perishable. His philosophical ideas about the immortality and transcendence of the soul align with the broader concept of a central place within the self that defines one's existence. Aristotle, another Greek philosopher, disagreed with Plato, positing that the heart was the center of human intelligence and consciousness. This disagreement illustrates the historical debate over the physical location of consciousness and mirrors contemporary discussions about the role of the claustrum. In medieval Christian theology, the concept of the soul and its connection to the body was a central theme. St. Augustine, a prominent Christian philosopher, believed the soul was the essence of a human being and was integrally linked to the body. He saw the soul as immortal and argued that it was the source of human consciousness and reason. This view aligns with the idea of the claustrum as a potential seat of consciousness, emphasizing the spiritual and philosophical importance of a specific physical location within the human body as the center of self-awareness and identity. But how can we use the knowledge gained to open the third eye? As we delve deeper into the spiritual realm, merging the wisdom of ancient traditions with the latest scientific insights, we stand at the threshold of a profound discovery. The claustrum, with its enigmatic ties to consciousness and the cycles of the moon, opens up a pathway to exploring the concept of the third eye, an ancient and mystical symbol of enlightenment and inner vision. In various spiritual traditions, the third eye is often depicted as an invisible eye located in the center of the forehead, slightly above the space between the eyebrows. It represents a gate that leads to inner realms and higher consciousness. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the third eye is a symbol of enlightenment and is often associated with the pineal gland, a small endocrine gland in the brain that some believe is the physical counterpart of this spiritual eye. The idea of the third eye aligns with the role of the claustrum in integrating sensory experiences into a cohesive consciousness. By understanding the claustrum and its lunar connections, we may unlock methods to activate our third eye, ushering in a new era of spiritual awakening and self-realization. Activating the third eye involves a journey of self-discovery and inner exploration. This process begins with mindfulness and meditation, practices that have been revered for centuries in various spiritual traditions. Mindfulness allows us to become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations, creating a foundation for deeper spiritual exploration. Meditation, particularly focused on the third eye region, can facilitate a connection with our inner self and the universe. Techniques such as visualization, chanting, and focused breathing can help stimulate the third eye. Visualizing a radiant light or an eye at the center of the forehead during meditation can enhance one's concentration and spiritual connection. The phases of the moon, especially the full moon, play a significant role in this process. The full moon is a time of heightened energy and is often associated with increased spiritual awareness and psychic abilities. During the full moon, the gravitational pull on the Earth is stronger, affecting the tides and possibly the human brain, including the claustrum. This period is an ideal time for meditation and spiritual practices focused on awakening the third eye. Practicing during the full moon can amplify the effects of meditation and visualization. The luminous energy of the full moon can be envisioned as streaming into the third eye, activating and energizing it. This practice can lead to profound experiences of insight, intuition, and a deeper connection with the cosmos. It's also important to cultivate a sense of openness and curiosity about the mysteries of life and the universe. Reading spiritual texts, engaging in philosophical discussions, and exploring various cultural beliefs can expand one's understanding and appreciation of the world. Moreover, the pursuit of self-knowledge is crucial in this journey. Understanding our deepest fears, desires, and motivations can lead to profound self-awareness and personal growth. This introspective journey helps to clear mental and emotional blockages, paving the way for the third eye to open. The concept of the claustrum and its potential role in consciousness invites us to consider the profound interconnectedness of science and spirituality. Just as the ancient Egyptians and Greeks explored the soul through philosophy and religion, modern science is beginning to unravel the mysteries of the brain and consciousness. Embarking further into our exploration of the brain and its mystical connections, we arrive at an intriguing intersection of celestial influence and human physiology. Here we examine the monthly cycle, a period that aligns with the phases of the moon and its profound impact on a specific area in our body, the solar plexus. The solar plexus, located just above the sacral plexus in our body, is often referred to as the seat of our emotional life. It's a complex network of nerves and ganglia, richly intertwined and highly sensitive, acting as a center where our emotional and physical energies converge. This area, vibrant and alive with activity, is believed to be especially receptive to the cycles of the moon. Every month, as the moon completes its journey around the Earth, it exerts a subtle but profound influence on the solar plexus, triggering a series of events that some cultures and philosophies interpret as spiritual awakening or renewal. The lunar influence on the solar plexus is akin to the gravitational pull the moon exerts on the Earth, affecting the tides of the oceans. Just as the moon sways the vast bodies of water, it also sways the subtle energies within our bodies. During the full moon, when its influence is at its peak, the solar plexus is believed to undergo a kind of awakening, a stirring of energies that can lead to heightened emotional and spiritual experiences. This period is seen as a time of potential transformation, an opportunity for personal growth and introspection. According to some spiritual traditions, during this monthly cycle, when the moon aligns with the sign of a person's birth, a unique event occurs in the solar plexus. A germ or a seed is said to be planted, a metaphor for the birth of new potential, new energy. This germ is often referred to as the oil of Christ, a sacred substance representing the essence of spiritual awakening. This oil, born in the depths of our being, symbolizes the start of a profound journey, a journey that leads from the solar plexus up through the spinal cord towards the higher centers of consciousness in the brain. The journey of this sacred oil is not just a physical one, it is one representing the ascent of spiritual energy from the lower, more primal aspects of our being to the higher, more enlightened states. As this oil ascends, it is believed to undergo a transformation, much like the alchemical process of turning base metals into gold. This process symbolizes the transformation of our base instincts and emotions into higher spiritual energies. The solar plexus, thus, is not just a physical center, it is a launching pad for a spiritual voyage, a journey towards self-discovery and enlightenment. The role of the solar plexus in this monthly cycle is crucial. It is the starting point, the foundation upon which this spiritual journey is built. It is the place where the seed is planted, where the potential for growth and enlightenment begins. The solar plexus, with its deep connection to our emotional life, plays a vital role in how we experience and process this journey. It is the gateway through which the physical and spiritual aspects of our being interact, a nexus of body and soul. Paramahansa Yogananda, a prominent spiritual teacher and the founder of the Self-Realization Fellowship, played a pivotal role in popularizing the understanding and practice of the oil of Christ or chrism in the West. Born in India in 1893, Paramahansa Yogananda was a yoga and meditation master who introduced the ancient wisdom of yoga and meditation to the Western world in the early 20th century. His teachings centered on the idea of self-realization and the awakening of one's inner divinity. Yogananda's spiritual journey began at a young age when he experienced profound mystical encounters and a deep desire to seek spiritual truth. He studied under various spiritual mentors in India and honed his yogic and meditative practices. In 1920, he arrived in the United States with a mission to share the teachings of yoga and meditation with the Western audience. His arrival marked the beginning of a spiritual revolution in the West. One of Paramahansa Yogananda's most influential contributions to the understanding of the oil of Christ was his exposition of the science of Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga is a powerful and advanced meditation technique that aims to awaken the dormant spiritual energy within individuals. Yogananda described Kriya Yoga as the jet airplane route to God, emphasizing its efficiency in accelerating the journey towards self-realization. In Kriya Yoga, practitioners are taught to direct their life force, prana, and consciousness along the spine, particularly focusing on the energy centers known as chakras. The spinal cord, through which the oil of Christ is said to travel, becomes a vital conduit for this transformative process. Yogananda explained that by channeling the life force upwards through the spine, individuals could activate their dormant spiritual potential, leading to spiritual awakening and communion with the divine. Yogananda's teachings also highlighted the importance of the medulla oblongata, a vital point in the brainstem in the journey of the oil of Christ. He described it as the seat of the soul and the point where the divine energy, symbolized as the oil of Christ, is stored and distributed throughout the body. By concentrating on the medulla and directing one's awareness there, practitioners could accelerate the flow of divine energy and experience states of deep meditation and spiritual ecstasy. The practical application of Yogananda's teachings on the oil of Christ can be found in the daily practices of his disciples and followers. Meditation, as taught by Yogananda, is not merely a practice of quieting the mind, but a transformative journey. It involves techniques like deep breathing, concentration on the spiritual eye, the point between the eyebrows, and the chanting of sacred mantras. These practices help to calm the mind, focus the energy, and prepare the practitioner for deeper states of awareness. The focus on the spiritual eye, which is analogous to the concept of the third eye, is particularly significant. It is believed to be a direct channel to higher consciousness and a gateway to the divine. In conclusion, the journey of the oil of Christ, as elucidated by Paramahansa Yogananda, is a metaphor for the spiritual ascent from the mundane to the divine. It represents the transformation of human consciousness from being anchored in the physical and emotional realms to reaching the pinnacle of spiritual realization. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.